And welcome to another episode of Just a Bit Outside. I'm your host, Steve Ely, and along with me, as always, my co-host, Wes Cook.
It's been a long time.
I know.
Just a week and a couple of days.
A week and a couple of days, and we got I don't know. It's baseball season, and it's killing my pocketbook.
Nah, man, betting is rough right now. Tried to cook some parlays lately, and they have not been hitting the designation of the cooler. I'm ice cold, bro. Ice cold.
You and me both, brother. You and me both.
Man, it has been brutal.
I think the last money I won betting on the WNBA.
It's rough. I've hit, 4 of 5 legs, 5 of 6 legs, 2 or 3 legs. These parlays, I put one together like Tuesday. It was Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember. And I told you about it.
Yeah.
I was sitting at the bar. The girls were out getting their nails done. And so it was just me. I ain't going to sit at a nail salon, right? And Christina's like, why don't you go to the bar, get away from all this estrogen for a little bit. And I'm like,
done.
All right, I'll take that offer. So I go to the bar, and I'm sitting there by myself, just drinking a beer, and there's the Blue Jays and somebody. I forgot who played. Anyways, Blue Jays were down 3-0, 2 outs in the 9th inning. I'm like, they still got odds on this thing for the other team to cover 2.5 runs.
Yeah.
Cake.
Jumping on it.
Throw that in the parlay, right? Throw a couple other teams in there for the night games. Like, this is going to make it. Cool. Cash. Put it in. I was like, this is just one leg. It's easy, right? It doesn't add too much to the bet, but it's almost a sure thing.
Yeah.
I swear, 5 seconds after clicking submit, the Blue Jays hit a home run. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. It was a solo shot, meaningless home run.
But it killed the spread.
Killed the parlay before it even started. I lost that. It was like $5 or $10 bet, and in 5 seconds, I was like, damn, I'm jinxed, man. It's awful.
I told you, I think I'm done. I think I'm done until football season starts.
I don't know about that, man. I'm gonna cook up some more baseball.
I'll probably submit some. You know me. You know I will, but
because you're gonna be like, man, I haven't bet in a little while. I gotta get up. But yeah, I'm gonna take a break this week probably.
Come back after All-Star break.
Yeah, come back and maybe feel refreshed and try to hit something, after the fact. But yeah, man, it's been rough.
Yeah, get on some Olympic betting or something. Try something to do.
Man, why not? Yeah, bet on gymnastics, rowing.
Breakdancing.
Oh, yeah, we bet on breakdancing this year. Dude, man, it has been awful. It was awful. Tired of it. But we're down to the last 4 teams in the Euros.
We are.
You got France and Spain that will kick that off on Tuesday. Tuesday at 3, and then Wednesday at 3, England and the Netherlands. So my pick is still alive by the skin of their teeth, and hopefully it does come home. I'm hoping it comes home.
Can be France, right?
I like France too. I'm a big fan, but as we talked about before the show, that France hasn't scored a goal in regulation yet.
They're the Iowa of the Euros.
Yeah, they're getting it done.
They winning.
They're getting it done, and that defense is solid. I will say that because they're holding teams scoreless themselves, so that means a lot. But offensively, there's nothing there.
Considering they've got arguably the best player in the world.
One of the best, yeah, for sure. For a guy that could score goals like that, man, it is strange. But when it all comes, when it's all said and done, they're making it happen. They're getting the job done, and that's really what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah. Winning is everything in that.
Yes, sir.
So, what else you got? You want to get back into the baseball since you got to see your Phils play this week?
Yeah, so I did get back from Philly, a week there, a little bit in Maryland as well to celebrate the 4th. See some of Christina's fam and hang out. That was a good time. But Philly, we took the kids, of course, to see the Phillies play the Marlins last Sunday.
Yeah.
Phillies were down 6-2. It was brutally hot. You saw people starting to leave. It wasn't Rangers' best day at all. Actually, I mean, outside of the birthday boy Trey Turner and Nick Castellanos, the team was miserable, especially defensively. We had 5 errors in that game. I mean, the fact that we came back and won was fantastic. It was fun to watch the comeback and put things together. We got very fortunate. I think it was in the 6th or 7th inning. Bases may have been loaded, or we may have had one on first and second. Easy double play ball. Their shortstop just couldn't field the ball. I mean, he fielded the ball, but he just couldn't make that flip or the exchange to second. And he just dropped it, and all men were safe. We scored another run. Things went well, and he couldn't ask for a better situation to kind of kickstart that rally for us.
Yeah,
and that's where it all came from. Right
it only takes one mistake like that.
Yeah, I mean, the Phillies had 5 of them. It was awful, and then Ranger just didn't have his stuff. It was rough going, and outside of the brutal heat, it was a good one to take in. I'll say that. So it was nice to get the W and check that one out. Had a very good time.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's always fun to go back to Philly and just see the town, see the people, be around your comic folk, the people that pull and support for the same teams you do. Everybody's kind of on one page, It's nice.
Yeah.
I just love that atmosphere.
I don't get a lot of love like that.
Nah.
But that's what happens when you live thousands of miles away.
No, I mean that's part of it, but it's just going there and everybody has that same common goal. It's a big thing, man. I love it. I wish I could get up there more often. Like I said, I'm gonna try to take the old man up there for a Birds game sometime this fall and soak one of those in. It's been a little while since I've seen them play in the link. I've seen them in Charlotte a few times, so
got to start working on some press passes.
Yeah, man. I mean that would be very beneficial. With your connect, you should be utilizing that for those opportunities for us.
I wonder what it takes.
I did a little bit of advertising myself while I was in Philly, slamming some stickers all over the place. So we found a lot of good places to do that at.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. I like it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like it. Phil still have the best record in baseball.
Right, yeah. Not looking hot in Atlanta right now, though. Dropping the last 2. They did take the first one of the series, but they've dropped the last 2, including a 6-0 spot today. Been a tough couple of days for them. I mean, Kyle Schwarber's out. Bryce Harper's out. And Ranger hasn't had his best stuff. Ranger's really fallen off in his last few starts, so it's kind of tough to watch.
I mean, honestly, man, even if it takes those guys sitting out another couple of days, I wouldn't really sweat it. I still think you guys.
It was a 10-day DL. They went on it last Friday, I believe.
Yeah.
So
They'll be coming back
soon.
It's one of those. Just Bryce had a hamstring.
Yeah, he pulled it in the very last play of that game. I think I bitched about it last pod.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those freak accidents. Hammies, man, they can linger.
They can. That's why you just let them rest. I mean, with our record getting close to the All-Star break, I really wouldn't be shocked if you rest them through the All-Star break and just get there. Just get to the All-Star break, get healthy, let these guys get a break, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
heal up, and get ready for that second half.
All-Star starts when? Next week?
Yes, sir. I think it starts next weekend. Yep.
Yeah, I'd probably let him. I'd sit him. I don't think it's going to hurt him.
No, I mean, you're still winning ball games without them at this time. As long as you can kind of hover around that 500 mark without them, I say keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the rest of the league still looks very similar to, what we've talked about for the last few weeks, honestly. Not much has changed. The Yankees have been on a skid, so you'll see the American League East does have a new leader. That is Baltimore Orioles. I think they were actually leading last week when we talked about it, too.
The Yankees have been struggling, bro.
Yeah, man. 3-7 in the last 10.
They're on the struggle bus.
Yeah, it's been a rough go for them. For sure. But when you look at the leaders in the other divisions, Guardians still top of the Central and the AL. Then you also have the Mariners still leading the West.
Yeah.
But a team that's been, making moves and getting closer is the Astros. After they were struggling to begin this season, they've really started to turn it around a little bit and moving in the right direction. They're only 2.5 games out of Seattle in first place up there.
Yeah, they're making they're getting to where they thought they were going to be.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you expected with the amount of talent that's on that team. The Rangers, that's surprising. Defending World Series champions.
Yeah. Man, they're paying some payroll that's not paying off.
Sure. I mean, when it comes to that pitching, I get it.
Yeah.
It's not paying off. Definitely not paying off.
Yeah, I saw a stat this week. There's some, I think it's 5 or 6 starting pitchers combining for $250 million in pay, and between them, they've got 6 wins.
Ugh.
Scherzer being one of those guys.
Right.
And you're just
a high-paid guy.
I mean, good God, man.
It's a surprise. I mean, to only be up, 4.5 games on the Angels, the Angels who are awful, and without Mike Trout, which seems like it's been all season.
Oh, man. I wish that guy would just say, hey, I want to be somewhere else. He should have said, hey, I want to be. He should have. I don't know why he re-signed with them. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, he's going to go on that list of great players who never win one because he played on a shit freaking franchise. I mean, they don't really do anything. Yeah. I mean, I know you talked about it endlessly a couple of years ago. But, I mean, it's horrible. Horrible. You just hate to see guys flounder like that.
No, absolutely. I mean, with Trout, you got to put him somewhere. He's got to go somewhere else. I even say a DH role just to get healthy for a little while, right?
Yeah.
It sucks because the guy is so damn talented and he just can't stay healthy. And those are the guys you hate. It's like King Griffey Jr. At the end, towards the end of his prime, he just
the Cincinnati years.
Yeah, basically Cincinnati years, where you thought Cincinnati's going to spend money, build a program, build a ball club, and
he couldn't stay healthy.
Can't stay healthy, and when you're spending that kind of money on a guy, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, the downside is that a lot of teams do it. It's not just them. There's teams that spend money on guys, and it ends up just, not working out. I mean, you see it. I mean, the Mets did it with Scherzer.
Facts. Well,
Hell, the Mets are still
Speaking
paying
of,
the majority
speaking of
of
the
it.
Mets, they're at 500.
I know.
Yeah, the Mets are sitting 44-44.
And they have won 2 in a row.
2 in a row. 5-5 in the last 10. Same with the Braves and the Phillies.
Yeah. That whole division. It's like, yeah, let's just be 500.
The Braves are, Braves are 10 games over 500 though.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And then, let's see. I mean, the Nationals, 16 games out of first. They're 3 games back of the Mets. The Nationals and Marlins might as well give up.
It's Phillies and Braves are going to have to do something. I don't want to say extraordinary to win it, but it's going to take something extraordinary on both sides. It's going to take the Phillies collapsing extraordinarily and the Braves just getting ridiculously hot.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I mean, that's kind of the way I feel about the NL West too. I think it's the Dodgers all day long. I think they could cruise to a win in that division.
Gotcha. So Dark Sage in the chat says, not sure if you all follow WWE, but if the bullpen sucks, that team is going one-on-one against The Undertaker.
Ooh.
All our players fix the bullpen.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, I mean, when your bullpen sucks, I mean, that's really good. It changes everything. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it with the Phillies for the past couple of years. Our bullpen has actually been fairly solid this year, hence why they have the best record in baseball. But, I mean, when you talk about a bullpen, man, that can change everything about a team. You give the run support to your starting pitcher, and the bullpen comes in, they will destroy a game.
Yeah.
Sure. They could destroy it or make it, Those are the guys that are only supposed to give you, 3 outs, 6 outs at a time. And with the way they save arms these days, it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. The bullpen is where the money. I mean, you need to spend money. I mean, you could sit there and pay starting pitching like the Rangers have, but when the pitching's not there in the bullpen, then that's where teams falter, and they're giving up runs late in games and losing games late, and that's a problem for a lot of teams. So bullpen is almost. I mean, just from my perspective, with the Phillies in the past, I mean, especially last year when we faltered against the Diamondbacks in the NLCS, in the World Series the year prior, those games were lost because of the bullpen. The money needs to be spent in the bullpen almost like it needs to be spent on your starting pitching.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You need to have solid guys there. So, solid point.
I like it. I like getting some interaction today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Much love every time. We appreciate it. Brewers lead the Central. They're up 4.5 games on the Cardinals. Cardinals are 6-4 in their last 10, making moves in the right direction. Still negative, minus 39 runs and differential there. Our favorite stat.
Yeah, it is.
What's funny is the Reds are 6 games under 500, but have plus 14 in the run differential department. So the Reds are kind of puzzling. That means they can put up runs, but it's probably coming back to that bullpen. Maybe even start pitching. I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of Reds games, but it's just a surprising number because when you look at the standings, teams under 500 usually don't have a plus in run differential.
In the run differential, no, they're usually negative. To be honest, that's usually where they're at.
Correct.
Hey, the Mets are 500 and plus 4.
Yeah.
Barely. The Reds, though, man. The Reds have, I don't know.
They have one of the most exciting ball players in baseball.
Oh, absolutely. And De La Cruz.
Yeah.
I mean, just fun.
Yeah.
Just fun.
He's fun to watch. Absolutely. So there's just not enough pieces around him, and I really do think from the little bit I know about the Reds, starting pitching, you're not going to be able to name more than one guy that's there. Yeah, I mean, even for a casual baseball fan, you're not going to be able to name more than one pitcher there. And I mean, really, to start, going into that lineup at all, you kind of expected probably an upward tick with this team at the beginning of the year, and you just haven't gotten it, and they're still struggling.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of teams struggling.
Sure. I mean, I think your biggest surprises there are going to be the Rangers and Diamondbacks. Both teams were in the World Series last year. Both teams struggling to get to 500. Both of them are under 500 right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not what I expected coming into this year. You expected those two teams, especially the Diamondbacks, because, well, actually, I expected both of them. I know the Astros were going to kind of be there in the AL West, but when you talk about the NL West, like, all you have is the Dodgers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Padres are hit or miss, but with the
They're hit or miss, but they actually the hottest team over the last
Diamondbacks kind of started clicking at the end of the year, and you're like, it didn't feel like a heater because everything seemed complete. The pitching seemed great.
Mm-hmm.
The offense was great. They were doing things all around. They were hitting good pitchers too. That's really what set them apart. And just see where both of these teams are this year. I'll be shocked if either one of them make the playoffs.
You still going with the who'd you predict? Did you say Fields and Yankees?
Yes, Fields and Yankees.
You're looking pretty much money at the moment, sir.
Right, that was the beginning of the year. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But no, Phil's and Yankees. I mean, Phillies need their pitchers to stay healthy, need their stars to stay healthy, and we can't get cold bats late in the year. Yeah, that kind of hurt us last year, in addition to the bullpen. So, but yeah, I mean, with the Yankees, they're solid, but the Yankees were struggling against the Reds last week. Last week. So I was kind of surprised with that, but. That's baseball, man. Baseball, like I said, betting baseball has not been as easy as it was at the beginning of the year for me.
Yeah, in baseball.
I was kind of rolling high in baseball, and then, in the last month, it has just been brutal to me.
Baseball has kicked my ass, bro. Like, for real. Just kicked it. And it is.
Well, we got the Olympics to bet on coming up.
Yeah.
Or you could bet on the Final Four in Euros. Copa America also is still going on. We haven't even touched on that, which is basically the same thing for South America and North America.
Yeah, the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, the Western Hemisphere. Instead of Europe, it's all the best teams, or all the national teams in North and South America.
And the USA is sitting on the sidelines again.
USA is on the sidelines because of boneheaded, stupid-ass mistakes. Poor coaching. Poor form.
I mean, this has probably been one of their better team player-wise, but they just...
No, it needs a new direction now. Absolutely need a new direction. But the teams you expect to be there are there. Argentina. Canada, not so much, but Canada's there. They play Tuesday at 8. And then Wednesday at 8 is the other half of the Final Four there. Uruguay and Colombia. That one's in Charlotte.
Really?
On Wednesday. Yes, sir. Colombia just beat the brakes off of, who was it they played the other day? Was it Panama?
Was it ugly?
Yeah, they won 5-0.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's... Yeah.
Yeah, rough.
That's rough, bro. I'm not, you know me, I'm not really huge on soccer, but I know once you get like more than like 3 goals on somebody, you're kicking somebody's ass.
That's an ass whooping, dude. It's an ass whooping. When it comes to soccer or football, whatever you want to call it, it is absolutely an ass kicking when you win by more than 3 goals.
Oh.
5-0. That's beating somebody's ass.
Ooh, terrible. Terrible. Terrible.
Especially when you're, in the tournament stage of the bracket. This team's already made it through the group stage, so it's really weird to see a team take an L like that at this point in the competition. God, my nose is itching like a motherfucker today.
Say what?
My nose is itching like a motherfucker today. I don't know why.
Don't know. Don't know, my friend. It's probably about like my back. But I'm sunburned, so I know what my problem is.
Yeah, sunburn will do it to you.
Sunburn will do it to you. Man, what else we got? What you got?
Well, I mean, when it comes to NBA, I know you got a rant you want to get on.
I'll get there.
I'm going to let you go ahead and get on it, man.
I'm going to call it Bronny Privilege is what I'm going to call it. Because
Okay.
it's 100% what it is.
I'm gonna let you go
It
for a
is
second.
ridiculous. He received, as the 55 pick in the draft, a second-round pick. These guys never get guaranteed money. Ever. Ever.
You got a guaranteed deal.
Got a guaranteed deal. 4-year, right at $8 million. I think $4 million of it guaranteed. The last 4 players at this position, draft position before him. First 2 guys got 2-way deals. One guy got a whopping $75K.
$75K?
$75K.
You mean not $750K?
Nope, 75, bro. That was his guaranteed money.
Oh, it's guaranteed money.
His guaranteed money. And then it was another 2-way deal. So 3 2-way deals and $75K were the last 4 at this draft position. And this dude gets $8 million.
Well, you do know that when they re-signed Bron and his deal's below the max.
Oh, of course it is.
I wonder if that was kind of negotiated.
Well, he also said he was willing to take less money if they could get guys to come play there. And everybody is saying no.
Who wants to be part of that sinking ship?
Nobody.
Dude, I don't want
Apparently,
to be part of that
JJ Redick.
shit.
That guy. Him. That's about it.
That's only because him and Bron are tight.
I mean, I've said it 100 times. LeBron is a great player. He's going to go down as an all-time great.
Of course.
But it's to the point to where you're letting one guy run your franchise into the ground. And this isn't just this isn't the Hornets or the Hawks or somewhere like. This is one of the upper echelon NBA franchises.
Let me cut you off real fast. Because I guess this was last night, but I just found out about it.
What you got?
Sacramento traded for DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
Did not notice this.
Yeah, I knew that.
So the Kings are trading Harrison Barnes, an unprotected 2031 pick.
I know. I'll tell you, draft picks to me
the
aren't.
Spurs and guard Chris Durante, 2 second-round picks, and cash to the Bulls.
Yeah.
Dang. So you're talking about DeRozan, Fox, Monk, Sabonis.
Yeah. I like it.
That's a move for the Kings right there.
I like it.
Because what did we talk about when it came to the playoffs? Veteran leadership.
They didn't have it.
Boom. That's a move.
Instant got it.
Big move. Love it. Love it for the Kings. Sorry. Back to
No, I saw that. I saw that too, and it's great.
I love it.
And see, that was the opposite. DeMar was one of the guys LeBron wanted.
Yeah.
He said no.
I don't want to be part of that sinking ship. It's not run by the organization anymore. It's not. It's run by LeBron James, and I'm tired of it. No one wants
LeBron
to be part of
James
that
and
shit.
Rob Pelinka have done a horrible job.
Yeah, and Anthony Davis they're talking about trading him, which is fine. I get it. I mean, he doesn't stay healthy. How much is he truly contributing to the team when he's only playing 50 games a year, if that? There's been talks of him going to Chicago. And probably because of the DeRozan thing, but now you're not going to see that move. Well, because what piece are you giving up? Zach LaVine's not going there.
This is the thing about that is LeBron was the same guy when this whole play-in tournament came in. Like there's highlights. There's a press con. Oh, I don't know what idiot came up with this idea. Blah 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 blah. You realize they've been in the play-in ever since it came out.
Right. Without it, they ain't in the playoffs.
Right.
We talked about that. Yeah.
I mean, bro, you're spending all your cash. I don't even know who on this team is really making money. I don't get it. Like, I mean, I know the NBA contracts are stupid. We're seeing what's going out right now. We've seen it over the last week and a half. Like, the money is stupid in the NBA.
It is dumb. But, I mean, you're talking about 12, 15 roster spots on an NBA team?
No,
15, right? 15?
I get that. But outside of LeBron, Anthony Davis, I just got to look it up because I know they'll have payroll on it. Let's go look at this. Let's go look at it because it's going to be stupid. Let's see.
Well, we're talking about the payroll for the Lakers?
Yeah, I want to see who's making money for this team because they have to spend, I think they have to spend like 90% of their cap.
Well, I mean, Anthony Davis' salary is $40 million.
Yeah.
Hachimura is $15.5 million. LeBron James, $47 million.
Yeah. Austin Reeves is making $12 million. D'Angelo Russell's making $17 million.
God, he is stealing money from them.
And Gabe Vincent. Who the fuck is Gabe Vincent?
I have no idea.
$10.5 million.
$10.5 million. That's okay. All right.
Cam Reddish, $2.1 million. Maxwell Lewis, $1.1 million. I mean,
Taurean Prince, how old is that dude now? That's $7.5 million. Jared Vanderbilt.
But I mean, this also
where he was good. He's making $4.6 million.
This also doesn't include like the rookies that you see on this list. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I mean, you don't have Dalton Connect.
Nah, Bronny's salary isn't on there, even though we already know he's making $2 million.
Yeah.
We already know how much he's making.
I mean, I think the most ridiculous one is that Gabe Vincent, $2.5 million.
I don't even know who I've never even heard of the dude.
Averaged 3.1 points a game.
And he's making $10 million.
Fourth year in the league.
I could average 3 points a game. I swear it, I could average 3 points a game.
So you're going to average Bronny. You can get Bronny's contract. Well, I'd much rather have Gabe Vincent's contract.
Yeah, I'd much rather have Gabe Vincent's contract. But I could average 3 points a game. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, God, come on. The problem is they keep drafting guys and they just trade them away. They don't want to deal with the development. And if you look at the guys they traded away since LeBron has been there.
No, we talked about how good that team would be.
Yes. They'd have kept
Brandon Ingram,
Julius Randle.
Lonzo Ball, I mean, before all the injuries.
Yeah. I mean, he still played well.
Yeah.
I mean, just gave these guys away.
Who's dude in Washington?
Yeah, he's part of it too. God, why am I having a brain fart? It's
that's why I said dude in Washington.
Oh, it's Kuzma.
Kyle Kuzma.
Kuzma. Yes. Hey, let's trade all these guys away and we'll play with guys like Jalen Hood Shafino. I mean, Spencer Dinwiddie. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? And this is supposed to be one of your, like, you know, it's supposed to be a destination spot.
I mean, LA is, right?
It should be.
It's the historic program, one of the historic programs in the NBA. You've allowed a player to take over and control everything. And this is a guy that's not even worth it anymore.
No, you're not looking at a guy in his prime. You're looking at his guy at the end of his career.
I mean, it's sunsetting at this point.
Yeah. 30-year-old LeBron, yeah, you let him do whatever he wants.
He turns 40 this year.
I know. 40-year-old LeBron, you got to think about what you're doing.
You let him go. You let him go.
Yeah, but here's the problem. You didn't trade it away a bunch of assets, too.
I feel like when LeBron went to L.A., like there was a plan. And it was like, when my son is coming in the league, you draft him. And that's how I come to L.A. Yeah. Otherwise, he's in Cleveland.
I just don't get it.
Right?
I mean, yeah. Sad part, his other son will be eligible in 2026.
You may get another year out of LeBron just based on...
I think he's going to get his contract. What, he signed 2, 3 more years? I think he plays. All 3. Whatever his contract is, he's going to play those years.
And that's fine. It's fine. I mean, what I'm saying is, I think he plays 1 year with his youngest son. At least his youngest son is the one that
supposedly is supposed to be the player.
He's a good player. He's a guy that can play 1 year of college and actually earn his way onto a roster spot.
Dude.
And I don't know if he's going to be talented enough to where the Lakers can't manipulate a situation like they did with Bronny, because
yeah.
No one's going to take the kid. Let's be real.
Yeah. Well, supposedly the rumor going around was, hey, don't take him. You know, we talked about this last week. Hey, don't draft him. He'll just go to Australia. Cool. Deuces. Because I was trying to figure it out. Because I was looking it up. I did a little research. They hold their rights for 1 year unless they actually tender a qualifying offer to the guy. So what I'm trying to figure out is, if they just offer him and he doesn't sign, they still have his rights, essentially, correct?
That's correct, yes.
How long do they keep it after that? Is it in like 2 or 3 years? It'd be worth just...
I think you have the rights for 3 years, because they do that with all these foreign guys all the time. You know?
Yeah, they tender them an offer and they say, hey, look, we know you're going to stay overseas for a little while. Don't worry about coming. But
who was it? Rubio was that way.
Yeah.
They took Rubio early in the first round, knew he wasn't going to be in the league for 2-3 years, and then he ended
Minnesota
up
did.
up. Yeah.
They actually drafted 2 point guards that year.
Right. Because of that reason alone. They like, this guy's good, we want him, but he's got another deal to finish.
They drafted him and Johnny Flynn.
Yeah, Syracuse. That's right.
Yep. I remember that draft.
What do you think about Clay moving on to the Mavericks?
I actually like Clay going to Dallas. I like it.
Are there enough shots?
Doesn't need to be enough shots. He just needs to be that third guy, which they didn't have.
No, we talked about, but we were talking more about a big man.
A bigger man would have been better,
right? To
me. But now,
I guess you're really relying upon the development of P.J. Washington this offseason.
Yeah.
To really make a difference here.
Well, you're also looking at what Clay does best on offense is stretch the floor out. So you're pulling a defender away from the basket again, which gives Kyrie, which gives Luka more room to work inside.
And that's what we were talking about. You want these guys to be able to get to the bucket, and then they can redistribute once they get there.
Clay has that ability to stand outside and hit threes. I mean, that's what he's been doing his entire career. And he was at one point a very good defender.
He still can be. I feel like some of these injuries of recent have really kind of made him take a step back in terms of how much he really goes.
Yeah. We'll see, though. We'll see. Man, I'm trying to think out what other big move had. There was a couple of moves that happened this week. I think everything was mostly centered around Clay and where he's going. The Warriors got sneaky a little bit better. A part of the Clay deal, getting Buddy Hield, and they essentially got a younger Clay. But the question is, how good is Steph going to be? How good is Draymond going to be? You know, these guys are...
That's the thing.
They're in their twilight. Steph is still very good. Don't get me wrong. But, I mean, he's, 36, 37?
You got to get younger. You got to get younger.
Well, where we're at now, we're at the point where we're seeing
This team's not good anymore.
we're seeing the changing of the guards. That's what we're doing.
But that's because the thing is, these teams have focused so long on the old heads.
Yeah.
At this point in time, they're the old heads.
Yeah. Harden, freaking.
I mean, like the 76ers going with Paul George. Like,
how do you feel? We hadn't really talked about that one. How do you feel about that?
We talked about it early, and I don't like the move. I really don't. Where else you going outside of a trade, though? When you can just get a guy for free, essentially, you're not giving up anything, right?
No, you're not really giving up anything.
So,
but that goes back to what you and I are talking about.
We're not getting younger. No, that's the thing. You got to get younger.
Yeah, but
now, I know we got Tyrese. I get it. Maxey's young. He signed his deal. We're good. You got Embiid, who hopefully will be healthy next year. But, I mean, that's always a big if. And Paul George can't stay fucking healthy.
No, it's like that. I sent you an Instagram reel where they were talking about this or that with Paul George and talking about how about.
No, he got zapped on his own fucking show.
Yeah. They bashed him on his own. Oh, we can't really talk about that. But I call our boy right now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Called him out. He can't play, but that's it. He can't fucking stay healthy, and it sucks. I hate to say it about a guy, but. I mean, sometimes you got to be real. You got to be real with yourself. You got to be real with what's happening, and that's the real situation. Paul George can't stay healthy. We already have an all-star player
who can't stay healthy.
Don't need two of them.
Well, the problem also is it goes back to
and you gave him way too much fucking money.
It goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Like guys getting too much money. These old heads making all this money. Paul George ain't worth $200 million anymore.
Yeah.
He ain't worth it.
No, that's why I'm saying.
Not worth it. Honestly, you ask me, LeBron James ain't worth the 48 or 49 he's making.
But look at like a guy
But at least he stays somewhat healthy.
Miles Bridges signed a 3-year deal for $75 million with the Hornets.
Yeah.
26 years old.
Yeah.
Right? I'd much rather take that kind of deal.
You got to find those guys. The problem is these old heads want all that money. They expect it. They command it. I mean,
but what I'm saying as a fan of the team,
you would rather sign a deal like that.
I want to be younger. I want to be younger. Give me I know he's got question marks about the off court shit and everything, but with that being cleared up and everything now's the time to sign a guy like that, and then let's run the risk. He has the potential still. Yeah. We know what Paul George is. We know what Paul George is going to do, what he's going to give us. Paul George is give us 50 games next year.
Well, the NBA making these weird cap rules and numbers and stuff like that, it's just, these
it's supposed
super
to benefit
max
the small market teams.
It is. And I get it. And like when you get it, I mean, look what this. Have you seen the Celtics like starting 5 like payroll over the next like 5 years?
It's huge, but it's all together. They're not going anywhere.
It's like the only one that has a chance to go is Porzingis. And I think Porzingis still had like 2 more years or something.
Right.
But
they don't have. I think Derek White is a free agent next year. Yeah. They'll probably lose him.
Maybe.
They're not going to be able to afford it.
I mean, they're looking at close to $1 billion in
This
payroll.
Is what we're talking about. They're not going to be able to afford it. Derek White's walking. I mean, he's a good piece for that team, but he's not a huge. He's
a defender.
I mean, he's a good piece to the team, but they can get another Derek White on the cheap by finding an undrafted free agent or picking up a guy in the draft.
Yeah,
and pay him a hell of a lot less money. And Derek White will go and contribute to another team and make a deal.
Yeah.
He may get overpaid.
Because I
don't think he's going to fit a system the way he fits in Boston.
It's not a may. He'll get overpaid or he'll give Boston a hometown deal. Maybe. But you don't see guys in the NBA giving hometown deals.
There's too much money to be had in the NBA. No hometown deals anymore, man. There's nobody doing it until they're on the back end of their deal or the back end of their their career.
Well, it goes back to also what we've talked about 1,000 times is, do you want to win or do you want to get paid? And these guys, they're all taking the get paid. They're all taking. And again, I'm not trying to be in anybody's bag.
But I don't want to be either. But when we talk about legacies,
we don't talk about money being made. We talk about chips.
Yeah. Like, how do we know Robert Horry? We talked about this. This is
he's got 7.
Back. We know Robert Horry got rings.
Yeah. 7 rings and like $65 or $70 million in total earnings.
In 10 years, are we going to talk about Russell Westbrook?
I mean, what do we know about Dame? Dame's made a lot of money. How many chips he got?
We're going to talk about Dame in 10 years.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He got paid in Portland. He got paid. He's going to be the dude that never got one.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be that guy that made $400 million and never won a championship. Mm-hmm. I mean, crazy. Just crazy.
Raining in Chicago right now. Final lap already? Oh, stage 1. Okay.
Stage 1, yeah. Yep. Let's see. Oh, I'm just pulling up the free agency stuff and see what we got left going on. Because, like, the NBA drives me crazy. Like, the money they get and the consistent fact that they're all guaranteed deals, it's just insane to me. Like, if any league needs, what's the word I'm looking for? The NFL puts them in all their contracts. Where they got to go out and actually hit certain benchmarks, to make these extra bonuses and this and that. If any league needs that, it's the NBA. Like, it is absolutely driving me crazy. Like, I hate the money they make. Like, I hate it. I freaking hate it. Oh, Golden State got that Markin kid. That's who it was.
Who?
Hang on. I'll find it. That's part of the.
Sorry, I had to grab some beers.
That's part of the group. Who it was? They got healed. What is the dude's name? I know they already got it, and I'm trying to figure out where it's at so I can find it for you. I believe he played for Utah. Oh, what is his name? There it is. Laurie Markkinen.
Oh, yeah, that dude. He played at Kansas, right?
Yeah. Like they got him also along with Buddy Hield and DeAnthony Melton. Ooh. Like, they got players. Yes, they're losing Clay, but I mean, they're trying to do something. They're trying to get younger. That's what's crazy about Boston. All their key guys are young.
They're young.
They're all young.
They're all on big deals now.
Mm-hmm.
Boston's going to be good for next
Jalen's not going anywhere for a few years. Tatum's not going anywhere.
No, they both paid.
It's what they can do around that payroll at this point, though.
Well, I mean, who doesn't want to go play with those guys?
Yeah, but I mean,
you see how successful they are at this point.
It's also,
and they're running the East.
It's also like how long are they willing to pay the luxury tax?
Because it does increase every year. You're right.
It does increase, but it gives them the ability, if they're already on there.
Stockpile picks and let guys walk. You got to be very particular about who you let walk and who you keep around.
I think they have to keep Porzingis. I think Porzingis after this playoff, after the finals. Yeah. Not that they weren't going to win the finals anyway, but Porzingis was huge for them. So I think they gotta keep rolling with that. Who else? What else for the big moves? The Clippers and Harden. He re-upped there, which, why? Too much money, if you ask me. Donovan Mitchell re-signs with Cleveland. Gets a, where was I? Just read it. 3-year, 3 years, $150 million, I think. Just crazy to me too. I mean, insane money going around.
Ton of insane money.
Celtics and Derek White have agreed to a 4-year, $125.9 million extension.
How?
It goes back to the luxury tax. They can re-sign their own players. They can go over the cap.
I know that.
But
how much are they over the cap at this point?
I told you. Dude, their payroll over the next 5 years is like almost $1 billion.
Okay, so we say this, right? Porzingis can't resign now, right?
Porzingis, I think, has like 2 years left at like $60 million. He's still making $30 million a year.
Sure, no, I get that. Like that makes sense. So Porzingis will be there for a couple more, but when his deal's up, or it's time, open the door for her. When her deal, or when his deal is up, he's gonna want to resign. So when he wants to resign, that luxury tax is going to be astronomical. And when it's that high, I don't see any way that Boston's going to keep paying the luxury tax because it's compounded each year. It's going to get higher and higher and higher as that each year with that luxury tax. I just don't see that as a possibility. I just don't see Porzingis coming back after 2 years, which is fine. They'll fill that role pretty well, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
No, you're all good. No problem.
But
yeah, I mean, I guess really with the NBA free agency, we just this is where we need to dig in.
Yeah, this is where we're in. There's a lot of things. Let's see, where am I looking? There's where Golden State picked up Hield. That was a huge deal somehow. It's like it ended up with the first ever like 6-team trade. A lot of moving pieces on it, which to me it just sounds crazy. What it really looked like a lot of insignificant picks and cash moving around is what it was.
No, you're right.
I mean, I think draft picks in the NBA ain't worth shit anymore either. They're not.
No, they throw them around like candy. But how much, when you go, let's say when you go to a team and say, I'm going to give you this first round pick and 2 second-round picks, what kind of value does that have?
Who knows?
That's what I'm just interested. I'm not saying we have the answer because we don't. I'm just thinking in trade talks, what kind of value does it have? Does it really hold value with a GM? Or is it like, a C-rated prospect? And
well, look at what the Knicks just did.
They traded 5
first-round draft picks.
5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
It's crazy because that guy could be had with 1 first-round pick. I mean, the Sixers had him and traded him draft day.
Yeah. Look at
and I guarantee you that's biting us in the ass right now. But, because, I mean, I would love to have him back. But now you got the Villanova Knicks.
Yeah. Well, look at...
Or the New York Wildcats. Whatever you want to call them.
Whatever you want to call them, bro. They're there. But what you get also, what the Knicks also get, is you get continuity. You get guys who have played together that they don't have to build that. You know how sometimes it takes teams a minute to gel?
Sure.
All they did was add a piece to a team that was already gelling, that has played with these guys. They already know how these guys play. Which, I mean, it's not a terrible thing to me. It's just weird that they all played at Villanova, but
It's weird. It's very weird.
it's very weird.
One national title.
Yeah. Had a shot at 2.
Yep.
God, dude, beat my boys in that with a.
Yeah. That buzzer beater.
God, dude, I was so pissed.
It's one of the few national title games to end with a buzzer beater. Ooh, there's a little pile up there.
Coming out of the pits, bro.
Right there.
But
So, look at it next year. Like, Donovan Mitchell has a player option.
Mitchell just re-signed.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. This report might be a little old.
This he just.
Yeah, this report's from June 27th.
Yeah, he just did a 3-year extension.
Okay.
For 150.
All right. So.
But Donovan Mitchell's young.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. That's a guy you'd want. Kyrie Irving has a player option next year.
I don't think Kyrie's going anywhere.
No, Jamal Murray's a free agent next year.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
I don't think so. Not with Denver. Denver's got a lot going for them.
Yeah. Yep.
Cade Cunningham is a restricted free agent, of course, because he's coming off that rookie contract.
He would want to get out if he could.
Would.
But Detroit's going to give him the money. I mean, Detroit just paid.
You usually stay with the team that drafted you for that first contract.
Yeah.
Or the first big one.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, because they're restricted free agents, it doesn't matter what somebody else offers, and they can come and match it. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
I mean, Denver. Who did Detroit just pay him? We were killing them for it. It was
Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
Got fucking paid by Detroit.
And he was awful.
Yeah.
Awful. That was stuff that you and I have talked about multiple times that, Billy should have kept frickin' Butler and let that dude walk. Should have let Ben Simmons walk. That guy is awful. That dude has done nothing but steal money his entire NBA career.
He's a free agent next year, too. Yeah, he'll be let go.
The
Nets are going to completely rebuild at this point.
They should.
Yeah.
They got 5 first-round picks to work with now.
Yeah, you need to rebuild. Absolutely.
That's like OKC. They're still stacking. They still have all these picks.
Derrick Rose is still signed with the Grizzlies through next year. Did not know that. Jimmy Butler has a player option next year.
Butler's old.
Yeah, he is old.
He's old.
Yeah, a lot of old heads that got player options next year.
All the old heads have player options.
Yeah.
That's part of their deal.
Nobody. It makes sense.
These guys don't.
Brandon Ingram's a straight up free agent next year.
They were talking about him being on the move.
Yep.
That he's on the block.
Jalen Brunson has a player option next year.
Brunson's going to, he's getting paid.
Julius Randle does too. I think the Knicks are going to bring one of the two back.
I think they're bringing Brunson back.
I would. Yeah, I would take him over Randle at this point.
I think Brunson is coming back. I think Randle's out of there.
Yeah, I think Randle's going to be on the move.
I think Randle will be one of those trade deadline pieces for an expiring contract.
For sure.
Or with the fact that he's got a player's option.
Yes.
I am sitting here. I mean, who's Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe? They're reserved for OKC.
Yeah.
Joe got a 4-year, $48 million deal.
Ooh.
And Wiggins got a 5-year, $47 million deal.
That's when there's just too much money being passed around.
Oh, look at speaking of the Knicks, look at OKC going out and signing Isaiah Hartenstein. 3-year, $87 million.
Good move.
That's going to be a huge piece for them losing.
Yes.
I like his addition to Oklahoma City though. Rebounder, rim protector.
No, that's the kind of stuff you need to see for those young teams. It's a bit
Oklahoma City's going to be good for a while.
It should be. Absolutely.
And then SGA is going to get that.
Yeah, he'll get his max.
All right. Dude, he's already qualified.
I know he's qualified. Yeah.
He's going to be the first $80
Be the
million
first
a
team
year
all-
guy.
Be the first team All NBA.
He's going to be the first $80 million a year guy.
It's lining up for it.
That's what one of the years is going to be, $80 million.
It's crazy.
You know what'll happen? That'll be the year he gets hurt.
Don't jinx the man like that. Don't jinx.
And
the
he'll
man
just
like
steal
that.
$80 million.
Don't jinx him like that.
It's not about jinxing him. I'm just saying that.
Well, enough free agency talk. Let's go to our bread and butter. That's the NFL. First and foremost, Vikings rookie that was killed in the
Yes, I read that.
Kyrie Jackson.
I read that.
Sucks, man.
They were actually
Guy getting ready to start his career in the NFL.
well, it
prayers
was
out to that guy, his friends, his family.
yeah, it was
It's awful.
him and two of his former teammates,
Yeah, a 3-car crash.
former high school teammates. At that, that's what's crazy.
Yeah.
And they were not the cause of it; they were actually hit by another
Right,
car.
correct.
But at the same time, what you guys doing out at 3:14?
Well, they always say nothing good happens after 2 a.m.
Dude, at my age, nothing good happens after 10.
Yeah, at our age, yeah, you need to stay your ass home. But I mean, at his age, that's what they tell you. It's like, I mean, it's a tragic event, and
I'm not. I don't
hate
mean
it
to
for
put it that way.
No,
It
I
is.
know.
It is an awful thing.
It is.
It is.
There's some news out of Dallas. Dak is in a walking boot right now for a minor sprain, apparently.
I saw a thing where ESPN's got a list of the best rosters in the NFL.
Okay, hit me with it.
Hang on, I'll pull it up in just a second. Best and worst rosters in the NFL. There we go.
Worst roster is in Charlotte, North Carolina.
They have San Francisco's number one. I think they're just looking at starting lineups.
No, I mean, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
I get that. Is IU going to be there?
I mean,
all signs
if
point to
in
yes for
all
a year.
honesty, if they want to be a-holes about it, they could keep him for another 3 years.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got a year left on this deal, and then they could technically franchise him for 2.
sure.
So, but at the same time, he would still, in that time frame, make
A ton
$50 to
of
$60
money.
million.
With the amount of money wide receivers,
You know what I
mean?
mean?
Franchise tag is nice.
Yeah,
I mean, me and Bob hated on you for Ayuk and how much you want to talk about him being a number one, like a top 15 guy.
they're getting paid now, and in 5 years, you're going to see what happens.
But the thing is, does he deserve to be paid as a top 15 guy? But
I mean, stat wise, yes.
But you could plug so many other guys in there that give you kind of that same production, I think. And I think that's what San Francisco's looking at. They're saying we got all this money spread out in so many other places that we're going to be able to fill that role.
Yeah, but
without spending the money.
He's the guy that stretches the field for them.
I know.
Debo's a good player,
He's old.
but he's not a stretch wide receiver. He's not blowing the lid off. He's not. He's a running back / wide receiver. He's
he's
short
a hybrid guy.
Right. You have to have that guy. You need a guy like that to make that offense run.
You do, but like I said, there's options for them to go get a guy in the draft next year.
Well, they drafted a guy.
They drafted a guy this year. That's because of Ayuk. They don't have any idea what the game plan is with him.
Well, they'll figure it. They got to figure it out. I mean, they've got another year, regardless, and they can always franchise him and trade him.
Sure.
I mean, they have
but
options.
Who loves in the history of the NFL when you have a disgruntled wide receiver? What happens?
He usually goes to another team, and there are only a few exceptions where they're actually successful at the next team. There's only a few.
Well, there's that. There's the production's going to be down the next year if you do force him.
Yep.
There's a lot of issues there. And for what San Francisco has built, is this really the avenue you want to take?
They are built to win now.
Correct.
Right now, their window, they've got another 2 years, maybe 3.
Yeah.
I mean,
For
Trent
the
Williams
amount
is
of money.
old. He ain't gonna be around much longer.
No. I mean,
And
but
he's arguably the best left tackle in the game.
but you're set up if Brock Purdy continues his success path. CMC is going to be around for a while.
Yeah, yeah. What's
Debo's
funny is
got
they
a
didn't
few
want to
years
pay
left.
Ayuk, but they turned right around and gave McCaffrey money. Oh, we don't have any money to spend. Here you go, Christian.
McCaffrey's one
Earned
of
it.
the best offensive players in the league that's not a quarterback.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, of course you pay him. And the fact that he has a track record of staying healthy for 2 years in a row, why not?
Dude, when
But Ayuk doesn't bring that to that team that deserves that kind of money when you have to manage a salary cap.
when did Debo become Debo Samuel Sr.?
When he had a kid, probably.
Oh, I get that, but
I mean,
it's just funny that's how you label it on here. It just made me giggle. But yeah, no, they have the best. Kansas City is second, which I'm still.
I struggle with that. I mean, defensively, that team is sound. Offensively, who is Mahomes throwing the ball to outside of Kelsey?
Well, they do have Marquise Brown now. Another little small, tiny guy. And then they got Xavier Worthy. But stuff you see coming out of their like camps and stuff, he has looked terrible.
Awful.
I have read a story that Rashee Rice is probably going to receive a substantial suspension.
I would imagine so.
So we're talking.
I mean, we're talking about
what 10 games, 10 plus games would be
tarnish
substantial.
the image of that badge.
Oh yeah.
That things
Yeah,
happen, and there's a reason they're successful. The
So
NFL is so damn successful. It's because they protect that badge at all costs.
Oh, they do. They do. If he's going to be gone, it's going to be a lot of heavy lifting on Marquise Brown and the rookie Worthy. It's going to be a lot of heavy lifting because we already know Kelsey's going to be fine. Kelsey will still do what Kelsey does, barring an injury.
Right, and hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But offensively, do they start off the way they did last year? You know, there's a lot that comes into play right there that it's hard to really predict that kind of stuff.
Their defense kept them in
They
early
did.
this year.
Yes.
This past year.
They won games because of defense. They lost games because of offense.
Mm-hmm. God, man. I don't know.
They can slide simply from the wide receiver output they have, but they could also be very successful if those wide receivers can pan out.
I'm gonna say this just because we're on this conversation. What if they had a guy like Ayuk?
That's what we're talking about. Ayuk would be an asset to that team.
He would be a huge asset to that team.
No, we know that. I'm not saying Ayuk's not a good wide receiver.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying. I was just saying as far as like. I mean, I know Rice started looking good last year at the end, and then I don't trust Hollywood Brown, dude. That dude is tiny, bro.
And he's got some tread on him now.
Yeah, tiny
or wear on the tread.
Yeah, he got some wear on the treads. He doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Number 3 on this list, Baltimore.
Fair.
I love the addition, Derrick Henry.
Huge, dude.
Love it.
Huge for that division alone. Having a stable running back is a must.
That is
an absolute must with the defenses that they play, with what Baltimore tries to do offensively anyway.
Yeah.
As run heavy as they need to be to make Lamar that much better of a passer. That's huge. That's huge.
That is going to protect the shit out of Lamar.
Yeah.
My only question is,
it's a big deal.
They have had the worst luck for running backs over the last 3 years.
When it comes to injuries, yeah,
it's
like the
awful.
Madden curse is being a running back for Baltimore.
Awful.
So let's see if Derek kind of.
We need to see these wide receivers bloom a little bit. We need more out of Zay Flowers. We need more out of Bateman.
Yeah, he got the rookie year under his belt now, so we'll see what we got. Bateman has proven that he could be big in big spots. So.
Your number 3 wide receiver
Couldn't tell you.
is your boy,
Oh, is it Nelson Aguilar?
It is Nelson Aguilar. They do have Mark Andrews still. They still have Isaiah Likely.
Well.
Honestly, if I were them, I would go 2 tight end sets a lot.
Yeah, especially with the way you want to run the football.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Number 4, the New York Jets. A lot of their success solely depends on the health of one guy, of Mr. Aaron Rodgers. That's it.
He's 40?
40.
Is the ayahuasca going to keep him healthy this year?
I mean,
Didn't last year.
That's what it is.
Our mascot wants in.
And our mascot out there. She's out there.
You're closest to the door.
She wanted out, now she wants in.
I know. Comes right on in.
And then just strolls in.
She
she got all the time in the world.
So, but now I'm off track.
But the rest of their roster looks the part. Brees Hall, Garrett Williams, Mike Williams.
Oh, I mean,
or Garrett Wilson, sorry.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. But I know the wide receivers are good.
Their defense
running back's good. Offensive line is improved. I mean, I still don't trust it. Especially, Aaron Rodgers doesn't need a brilliant offensive line by any means.
No.
He's quick triggered. He's able to create something out of nothing, especially when a play breaks down. We'll see if his legs still work.
There's a couple of Achilles we're waiting on.
But that's the thing. Achilles injury at that age to come back from, that's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Yeah, we're still waiting on it. Number 5 on the list, the Detroit Lions.
When offensively, that team's stacked.
That team is stacked offensively, bro. I'm with you on that. I lived on a lot of that offense last year in fantasy football, and I'm a Packers fan, and it hurt my feelings.
I get it, though. I mean, you talk about Jared Goff really coming into his own with the Lions here, and then you're putting good pieces around him. It's
Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, St. Brown got paid.
Yeah.
Then you still got guys like Jameson Williams there that you're trying to see exactly what you have.
Jameson Williams still there? I thought he went to the Saints.
Mm-mm.
No, he's still there.
He's still there. And then you had Sam Laporta, who came on like gangbusters.
Yes, no. I mean, you've got pieces on the defense, you got pieces on the offense. Detroit has really good odds to make the Super Bowl this year out of the NFC.
Yeah, they do.
Really, they should.
Their defense is good.
Don't get me wrong. Green Bay is going to give them a run for their money in the NFC North, but I think Chicago is going to take a little while to gel if they can. It all really comes on the shoulders of what Caleb Williams can or can't do.
I hope that dude fails.
You and me both.
Hope he fails. But Chicago has a history of not being able to draft quarterbacks. So, okay, it doesn't,
Exactly.
Until I see one succeed that they actually drafted, we'll see. But you can't say they didn't put everything they could around the kid.
Yeah, the offensive line is not good.
No, it's not good.
That we do know. But back to the Lions. The Lions are almost a well-oiled machine at this point. You gotta respect what they've done up there and what they're capable of doing. A year under their belt with some playoff experience. That's huge coming back into this year.
Oh,
and
God,
if they can stay healthy, that team has a very legit shot to be in the Super Bowl.
And they got a coach that their players love.
Absolutely love. That guy, they would run through a wall for him.
Oh, God, yeah.
He's a guy you just look at and you're like, I could play for that guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
He sounded crazy in his press conference.
His introductory press conference. He was biting off kneecaps and stuff is a little wild. But hey, man, that mentality has got them where they're at. Combined with the GM and the work they've done in the front office,
They've drafted well.
Lions are suited well, man. Suited very well.
Number 6, I am not so keen on.
We're getting down this list, and you haven't said a team that I would expect to hear.
I'm going to say a team that you didn't expect to be here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The Cowboys. Are 6.
The Cowboys.
And this encompasses total starter with offense and defense.
Sure.
But I still don't think Alice's defense is that great.
The defense is not that great.
I don't even know what they're going to do with their running game.
I mean, they're missing a running back.
Yeah.
The O-line's older.
Yeah.
The defense, I mean, you can beat them in the air. I mean, look at what Love did.
Oh, yeah. Just punished them. And that was the whole thing. It's like
Jordan had a field day against them in that game. And that's really what it comes down to. Okay, good. They can win 11 or 12 games in the regular season, but they still have proven year after year after year they can't win in the playoffs. They can't do it.
Nope.
They stumble every year, and they're not doing anything to change the outcome of what happens in the playoffs.
No, they're not.
That's just the Dallas way, and that's okay. I mean, keep it up. I love watching them flounder in the playoffs.
Well, they gave Dak a lot of like the bashing for losing in the playoffs last year, and he didn't play his best game.
He didn't play his best game, but it wasn't the reason they lost.
But Dak didn't give up 35 points on defense.
No, and they didn't. I mean, the offense started in the hole. I mean, it was a blowout from the get.
Mm-hmm.
It said go and Green
defense
Bay
has to
win.
stop somebody. Yeah,
defense has got to stop somebody.
Yep.
So, and it's never the same thing that causes Dallas to falter in the playoffs. Last year it was defense. The year before, offense.
It's going to be defense this year too. I don't trust their defense this year either.
No.
Like, I don't understand how they're number 6. Like, I don't get it.
It's probably a little bit of media love, a little hype. You got that weird fan base anyway. So.
I get Trayvon Diggs. I get Micah Parsons on defense. I get a little bit of DeMarcus
Micah
Lawrence.
Parsons is a beast. Let's be real. He's a beast. There's no question about that.
Yeah, but when you only have to worry about one guy on defense.
No, I mean, you could scheme around it.
You can scheme around him, and what you don't do is you don't throw the Trayvon side. But at the same time, Trayvon will sell out for an interception all day long.
Exactly.
And
that's why you test him.
Yep.
You test him. It's fine if you just pick your spots, though. You have to pick the right spots to test that guy. And, if it's in a third and long situation, that's when you want to test that guy, especially when you're on their side of the field.
Hmm. All right. Number 7, Cincinnati Bengals.
Offensively, sound, as long as they're healthy. But that's the thing. Joe Burrow's got to stay on the field.
I need to see their running game. You know who they're lining up? They're lining up Zach Moss.
Yeah. Zach Moss was a beast. Zach Moss was a beast last year.
Yeah.
Fantasy-wise.
Where, in Buffalo? Where was Zach Moss last year?
Wasn't he in Indy?
Maybe.
Yeah, he was in Indy last year.
794 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, he was on the Colts.
Yeah.
But fantasy-wise, he was a good filler for
filler for Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I don't trust him as a starter. Because I don't think Baltimore.
You're putting him in a better offensive situation, though.
Yeah, but you're also putting him in. I don't really think Cincinnati's offensive line is that great either.
They're not. I mean, but offensively, they have weapons all over the place.
Yeah. I do like the pickup of Mike Gesicki at tight end.
No, I mean,
this is
what I'm talking about. You have offensive pieces in those skilled positions that are going to make them successful. They have. I mean, it comes down to the health of Jamar Chase. Comes down to the health of Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Those guys got to stay healthy. You got to be able to put points on the board to win ball games.
That is it. Number 8, Houston. I like it a lot, to be honest.
They're a good team. They proved it last year. The rebuild has kind of been put in overdrive, to say, but for a lack of a better term.
Adding Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon's going to be a nice piece there.
Adding Stephon Diggs.
Yes.
That's the question I got. I mean, you legit have 3 guys. You've got a scheme. You've got to really look at because all 3 of them can beat you. Diggs can beat you. Collins can beat you. Dale can beat you.
Yeah. I mean, Tank he showed up big last year too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Collins showed up big. Tank Dale showed up big.
And Mixon's nothing to scoff at either. And C.J. Stroud is.
Dalton Schultz was good when he needed to be.
I mean, we talked a lot of shit about Dalton Schultz taking that deal. And look at it. I mean, it's really.
It's worked out well for him.
Yeah.
Worked out well.
Really good for him.
Worked out well for him. Let's kind of get a little bit. Buffalo is 9.
No.
That's where they got them.
No.
I don't trust their wide receivers. I don't know how they're 9. I think their defense is good. I think their defense might be better.
That's Buffalo's, identity is their defense.
I just don't think they have wide receivers. I need to see something from the wide receivers.
Yeah.
Right now,
is Josh Allen going to make them that much better?
It's Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuels, and Khalil Shakir.
Right.
At the moment. Along with Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox.
Yeah.
So I need to see something out of it. I don't know how they're named. Number 10 is where you thought should have been away earlier, but isn't. The Eagles.
Yes.
I'm going to say they're...
Especially over the Jets.
I'm going to say they're at 10 more because of the defensive side than the offensive side. I think they're top 5 in offense. Easy.
They can be. The thing is you have to be able to game plan and execute a game plan, and they didn't do that at the end of last year.
No,
I mean, I'm completely biased, so obviously, I think they should be higher. I'm missing Green Bay in this top 10, and Green Bay is proving a lot too. I know that's your team.
Green Bay is 13th.
Yeah, and I think that's low. And the Jets are way too high.
I agree with you.
Buffalo's high. I mean, but we'll talk about the Birds. The Birds offensively, you got Smitty, you got A.J. Brown, now you got Saquon Barkley.
Yep.
You got an offensive line that's good.
Goddard.
Right? You got Goddard at the tight end. You've got an offensive line that's still sound. Yes, Jason Kelsey retired.
Yeah, that's the guy that's got the most pressure on it is Cam.
Yes.
Cam
Jurgens has a lot of pressure on him, but this is the handpicked guy by Kelsey to replace him.
Who's been sitting behind him for 2 years?
Yeah. And he's been playing guard.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's not seeing field time, but now he's going to, be touching the football and handling it. Now, is he going to be Jason Kelsey? No.
I mean, it's hard to replace a Hall of Famer, bro.
No,
Kelsey going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Obviously.
Without a doubt.
I mean, honestly, you go back through the game, best center I've seen in my life. There's a lot of good centers.
There's a lot of good centers.
But what centers model their game after is Jason Kelsey now.
Yeah, as they should.
As diverse as that guy is, as athletic as he was, is what he meant to a team. That leadership is gone. I mean, you're talking about a lot of spots there that someone else has got to step up and fill. Those shoes are huge.
Very, very.
But it doesn't mean that we can't still be successful without a center. Yeah, Jason Kelsey was one piece of this team.
Yeah.
He was a big piece. But
when you touch on the ball every time, you're huge.
Huge, yeah.
Huge.
You touch it the second amount of times on the field behind quarterbacks.
Yeah.
The most times behind a quarterback. So there's probably a little learning curve. I mean, maybe that's the question mark some of the guys in the media have, or whoever made this list.
I think the question mark's on the defense, bro. I think it's the pass rushing. That is going to be the question. I think Jalen Carter is great. I think Jordan Davis is great.
Yeah, we're talking about stuff in a run here. But now you need to see Nolan Smith. Is Nolan Smith really going to be a solid replacement for Reddick now?
They don't even have him listed on this list.
Well, I mean, you're talking about Nolan Smith as being a guy that's going to have to step up.
He's going to have to.
Nakobe Dean's going to have to step up.
They're going to have to see that. That's exactly what they're talking about.
I think corner-wise, we're solid. Safety-wise, we're solid.
What corner you went out and got essentially the two best corners in the draft this year?
Right.
So you may have a little bit of a learning curve there.
But not to mention, you still have Darius Slay out there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Bradbury in the right system is going to be okay. He was proven to be okay in years past. Last year, now he got cooked.
Yeah, but I mean,
he was burnt.
I honestly
countless times last
I think Bradbury could be a guy that kind of help coaching these guys on the sideline. I think you need to let these rookies play. Let them go.
No, you gotta get game experience. Hopefully, we have opportunities to allow for that.
Yeah. Yep.
But I think 10's a little low on the list. But my midnight green glasses are very faded.
Oh, I know.
Very dark.
Well, like I said, I think offensively they're one of the best offenses in the league. I think they should be. Very, very easily.
Should be able to put up points. Let's see how we do with a new offensive coordinator.
Yep. Okay.
I know Dallas isn't a big fan of him, but
let's go to the other end of the spectrum. The worst roster in the NFL.
Carolina Panthers.
No.
Arizona Cardinals.
No. I'll give you a hint. You know this team very well.
Oh, New York Giants?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
They are 32nd.
All right.
And looking at them, I know why.
Well, of course.
I know why.
Where's the ball going? Yeah, I know they drafted a wide receiver.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Tell me what they got defensively. The Giants.
I've defended Daniel Jones a lot, and I still kind of defend him. They have one of the worst offensive lines I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
Ever.
And it's not improved.
No, it didn't improve at all. You're talking about a team that cannot draft offensive linemen to save their lives. It's the New York Giants. Yep. Like, they cannot. They have gotten it wrong the last 10 years.
It's been bad, man.
And it has been awful. I mean, they gave up how many sacks to the Cowboys last year? In the 2 games they played them? Like 20?
It was huge. Yeah, they got
something stupid like that.
Micah Parsons.
I mean,
a lot of sacks in those 2 games.
When you need at least a second to throw the ball. At least a second. And Daniel Jones didn't have it.
Tom Brady got rid of the ball in right around 3 seconds. He's one of the quickest releases.
Yeah, 3 seconds from snap to throw.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones ain't getting 3 seconds.
No.
He ain't getting 2 seconds.
No.
Which, I'm not saying Daniel Jones is a world beater by no means, but I don't think he's as bad
as that offensive line makes him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, you're right.
Right. 31. The Denver Broncos.
That's a good one that I'm not thinking about because what do they have? I mean, Zach Wilson?
You ain't starting Zach Wilson, bro. They're going to start Bo Nix. Bo Nix is going to be their starter.
I mean, I would think so, but
I kind of like Javonte Williams. I kind of like Cortland Sutton. But I mean, outside of that, man, we're gonna get to see exactly what. Oh, why am I having my brain for it? With their coach's name, Sean Payton. Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna see what Sean Payton can do because this is a rebuild. This say, hey, I'm going to get Drew Brees and plugging him into my freaking lineup, and we're gonna make history.
No,
I mean, who knows? Maybe Bo Nix is that guy. Who knows? But I ain't seen it. I need to see it.
I mean, this is where he's going to make his money.
Yeah. Me personally, I would have traded Patrick Surtain for whatever I could have got for him. Because he's the only piece you got. And you probably could have got a couple of first-round picks for him. Because he is a legitimate shutdown corner. Outside of that, what you got? Nothing. So, anyway.
I mean, that's a good one to really think about. That Denver, aside from just the miraculous coaching job from...
I wouldn't even say reckless coaching. It was reckless.
No, miraculous coaching.
Yeah.
Outside of a miraculous outside of miraculous coaching from Sean Payton this year, Denver's going to be bad.
Well, they put themselves back. This was the first year they had a draft pick in the first round.
Well, you knew what happened.
Yeah.
That Russell Wilson deal.
And it bit them in the ass. How fucking sweet was that for Seattle? Ooh, not only do we get first and second round picks from you, but we also get them early.
Yeah, because Denver's going to be bad.
Yeah. Number 30, the Washington Commanders.
Yep, that's about right.
And looking at their roster, I can kind of see that too.
Yeah, you go over. I mean,
but I mean, they look like they have some pieces.
Terry at wide receiver.
They got Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler backs.
Yeah, I do like Daniels at the quarterback there.
I like.
He was my favorite quarterback in this draft, and that's who they got. I don't think he's going to be successful this year, but I think you'll see.
He was one of my
spurts.
He was one of my favorite quarterbacks in this draft.
Yeah.
I liked him. I would have took him over Caleb.
Yeah, we
I would have
talked
took
about that at length.
Yeah, I would have taken him.
Yeah.
They've got to rebuild. But they're under an ownership group who doesn't want to lose, who doesn't like it. They're going to do whatever they need to do to get by. For right now, they got to just keep building. Don't trade some pieces if you got to. Honestly, I mean, if somebody's willing to give you some picks, you go get them.
I mean, this is
go get them.
You've got value in Scary Terry. Utilize it.
They did make some improvements on defense. They did go get Bobby Wagner, who's a little older. They got
but I mean, that's kind of stuff you need for a team that's in rebuild. You get the bargains where you can get them, even if they're older guys past their prime, things like that.
They did pick up Frankie Luvu, who I thought played fantastic for Carolina last year. Like, I mean,
there's moves that have been made that put them in the right direction.
He was one of the bright spots.
They're still a ways off.
All right. That was 30. 29 is Carolina Panthers.
I'm shocked because really, what have they done to improve that roster year over year?
I don't know. I mean, they did go get Xavier Leggett in the second round.
Yeah. Okay.
They did trade for Deontay Johnson. They did take Jonathan Brooks out of Texas, who some people called the best back in this draft.
Yeah.
But I've never seen the best back in any draft go in the second round. I don't think. Not that I can remember right offhand. There's usually always somebody that takes one in the first round.
I mean, it wasn't a strong running back class.
No, it wasn't. They do have some offensive line issues. They have drafted a couple of guys over the last couple of years that we got to see them improve. Derek Brown is an absolute beast on the defensive side. I mean, he's nasty.
But you talk about what they do, like stupid shit, like giving up Brian Burns for nothing.
Yeah, they could have got 2 first-round picks for him last year.
Yeah, they turned him around for a third this year.
No, they got a second, I think.
Okay,
they got a second.
Still, I mean, you're talking about a guy that you traded for a T-shirt essentially.
Yeah, they did sign Jadeveon Clowney, which I mean that's a bet move. Not terrible. J.C. Horn is good when he's on the field.
That's another problem is staying healthy.
I give my brother shit all the time about it because he's a big Panthers fan.
Right.
As he should be. He's from Charlotte. But I give him shit all the time about J.C. Horn. I'm like, man, you telling me you still want J.C. Horn? You still want J.C. Horn over Patrick Surtain because that's what you did.
That's exactly what they did.
That's what you did.
I mean, at the time, was it a bad move?
No, his rookie year, he was fantastic. It looked like, oh, yeah, maybe we did right.
They did right.
And then since then, it has been.
Can't predict the injuries.
No, you can't. You can't. 28 is the Arizona Cardinals, which I 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
They are good. They're going to be.
They're bad.
Abe, you and I both don't trust Kyler Murray.
Nope.
He makes some spectacular plays, and then the Call of Duty comes out, and he's done.
Every year.
And it is proven every year. Nothing has changed. He is terrible after October.
Every year.
They did add Marvin Harrison Jr., which I like that. They did go out and get Zay Jones. I like that move.
I mean, for giving him weapons, yeah, they do that. But the thing is, are you going to utilize those weapons?
They still are using. I called James Conner old. I know he's only 30. But
I mean, for running back, that's old.
In running back, that's old.
In running back years, that's old.
That's old. He's actually 29, but he's old. I don't know how they compete with the rest of that division.
No.
Seattle's good. San Fran's good.
Awesome.
The Rams are still going to be competitive.
Yeah, I mean, the Rams, you saw the pieces they have on that team. They're going to be okay.
The Rams are 14th on this list, by the way.
No,
while we're talking about it.
Yeah.
And the Rams kind of retooled and reloaded even without having like first-round picks.
Mm-hmm. Well, they sold out for that Super Bowl. We know.
They sold out, and they got it.
Hey.
They traded away first-round picks. They did lose Aaron Donald, which you just don't replace that guy.
Yeah.
You don't replace that guy.
You don't.
Like, unfortunately, you just don't.
It's a generational talent.
Yeah.
I mean, did he have 2 to 3 more years in the tank?
Probably.
Absolutely.
Probably. But you just don't.
You see some of these guys, though, they're retiring early. They're like, I got my bag. I'm out.
Yeah. He don't need it. Don't need it. After the Panthers, it is the New England Patriots. Or after the Cardinals. Patriots are at 27, which they are. They're in the middle of a rebuild, too.
That roster, I mean, that's if Belichick's a good coach, he'll give him to 500.
It ain't Belichick.
Or not Belichick, but Mayo.
Yeah. I think they've got a plan. I think they know they're going to have to retool and rebuild. They're definitely going to have to scout. Like, I'm going to give you the 3 wide receivers they have listed. You tell me if you've heard of any of these dudes. Demario Douglas.
Nope.
Kendrick Bourne.
Nope. Bourne, I've heard the name.
Jalen Polk.
Nope.
And then the 2 tight ends we've definitely heard of. They're Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper.
Yeah.
But who are those wide receivers? You said you've heard of Bourne. What do we know about this cat?
Probably just looking over fantasy rosters of guys in free agency that I'm like, oh, I got to fill in.
Dude, this is his 8th season. In 8 seasons, he has 264 receptions for 3,400 yards. He only has 21 touchdowns.
That's it in 8 years?
In 8 years.
Oof.
He had 4 last year. 4. So, yeah. If I was them, I would straight up let whoever. There's no way I'm putting Drake May out there. No way.
No, you don't.
There is no damn way.
Was it Brissett they brought back?
I think it was Jacoby Brissett. I am starting Jacoby Brissett the entire year. I would let Drake.
I agree. I 100% agree.
There is no way. And I know I'm giving Drake May a little love because that's one of my boys.
No, yeah.
But, I mean, there is no way, bro. You don't have a single fucking receiver worth a damn.
Nope.
On your team. Not one. Not one. Let me see what the guy they got listed number 1, Douglas. What does this guy have? Oh, he's a second-year dude. Second-year dude. He was a 6th-round pick in 2023. He had 49 catches for 561 yards. Not terrible. Not terrible for a 6th-round guy.
No.
But not a number 1 wide receiver.
Putting all your ducks in a whatever. Ducks
they do have KJ Osborne.
I can't think of the terminology I want to use right now.
Maybe he's going to be your number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean he could be, but I mean the year-over-year growth, you're expecting something astronomical, and I don't know if that's going to be the case here.
They ain't got. Oh wait, they do have Juju. They do have Jalen Rager.
Jalen Rager, what, the catch ball?
I don't know. I'm just giving you a list. But what I'm saying, if these are the guys you're listing as far as, hey, this is why this roster is this way.
I mean, Juju ain't been shit since year 2 in the league.
Juju just should have kept his mouth shut and stayed in Pittsburgh.
Right?
Well, he should have done it. Hit 29 receptions last year for 260 yards. Awful. Anyway, that's about all we got. Everybody else is middle of the road. I think Chargers are somewhere down that list, but we know they don't have any wide receivers.
Nope.
It's God, dude, I cannot believe how bad they're that. God, I knew New England's roster was bad. I didn't realize it was that bad wide receiver wise. Oof. That makes me sad. I just want to look at the Chargers. Their number one wide receiver is that Lad McConkey kid from Georgia. Quentin Johnston, their number one pick last year. He's third. Ouch. Well, dude, he was terrible.
Yeah.
He was terrible. You see, you and I talked about this at nausea last year. Like, you looked at all these other rookie wide receivers, and you looked at him, and it's like,
nah, man, I got the PTSD from Jalen Rager, so you were like, nah, he's not gonna beat Rager. He ain't gonna beat Rager. Yeah. Now I don't know how many drops the man had, but
dude, Quentin Johnson, just God, dude, awful. 38 receptions, 431 yards. Yeah. It doesn't give any drops. Doesn't give drops on this list for some reason. Let's see y'all. Maybe it'll give me drops there.
That's not a big deal. Anyways,
well, I know he had a bunch because I seen a bunch bounce right off his hands. It should have been damn touchdowns.
Fantasy football will be kickstarted here just under a month now.
Oh, I know.
Really what we want to really dig into, so we'll start digging into that going forward.
Yep.
Come August, we're getting closer and closer to football season, which we all love so much. So a little drag over, the next month and a half or so. But once you get into August, we can start hit mock drafts.
Next week it'll be all college football hype.
Yep, we're getting to college football again, so our college football previews will come up, which we got at last year for you guys. We'll do the same again. I mean, football talk will increase, and of course, as will baseball, because now we're getting past that All-Star break. Things heat up. Trade deadline hits. Speaking of baseball again, Paul Skeens is made the All-Star team.
Did he make the All-Star? He should start.
I don't know about start.
I think he should start, bro. That dude's exciting.
He's exciting. Don't get me wrong, but
I mean, he's only going to play 2 innings.
I know, but Ranger Suarez had a solid first half of the year. Zach Wheeler had a good start of the year. Max Fried's had a hell of a year so far for the Braves. And there's other guys that are proven and have been doing it longer when you think about it. Not longer like in career-wise, but I'm saying longer for the year because Skeens didn't get called up till later. It's impressive that Skeens makes the All-Star team as a rookie and playing half the first half of the year.
Bro, I told you he was going to be playing, bro.
No, I know. You did. You called it. And I mean,
you don't throw heat like that and sit on the bench, bro.
No, I mean, the guy is phenomenal. He sat down the likes of Shohei. He sat down Aaron Judge. I mean, this guy's done.
Well, Shohei, he shut down Shohei first appearance, and the very next at bat, Shohei took him deep to center.
Yeah,
but he still swift. He still wiped him with swings.
Yes.
Yeah. The Lakers summer league team right now, it's getting beat 31-17 by Golden State.
Bronny's out with the knee.
And Bronny is not playing. Here's that guaranteed money getting no action. So, this guy won't even play in the summer league. He played the other day in the summer league. He had 4 points.
Man, Man, tell you that contract sounds so good.
4 points. And
That's just summer league ball, man.
That's just summer league. So you're going to pay him this. This dude is going to be a hell of a towel waiver for fucking $2 million a year. I would too.
Like, how often does he really get on the floor with his dad?
Dude, there is no way, dude. Dude, that whole Instagram reel I sent you about who's going to be the first one to talk shit to him, I can't wait. They're going to eat him alive and shit talking.
Oh, easy.
Oh, my God, dude. Easy.
And what, daddy's going to come protect you?
Oh, God. I would talk shit to him nonstop.
It's like that thing you sent me about Kenya Martin talking shit to Alonzo Mourning.
Yeah.
He's like, let him come. Come on, bring that shit. I saw him fight LJ. Let's go.
Yeah. Kenya didn't care. I liked some Kenya Martin.
No, I like Kenya.
Kenny Martin doesn't get hurt his senior year in college. Cincinnati wins that natty.
I think so.
They were disgusting, bro.
Kenya was real.
Oh, that was Kenya and Nick Van Exel.
Yes, that team was.
They were good.
That would have been a Chuggins title.
That was definitely would have been a Chuggins title.
Yep.
Love that guy. Never gonna get a title.
Nope.
Apparently, fucking loves the beer too. So good on him.
He's quite the drinker for sure. As you can see by his figure over the years, it has ballooned to.
God, dude. Between him and
to Rick Majerus status.
Yeah. Yeah. But as far as just like
my man thought he was in a different state.
Just between like his talking and stuff, though, you're like, damn, dude, damn. Between him and God rest his soul, Mike Leach, I loved hearing those guys talk.
Oh yeah, those are great guys. Great
awesome.
Guys.
How'd you like that list of guys of college football coaches that would whoop you in a fist fight? Other than Urban Meyer, how'd you like the rest of the list? I love the fact that Ed Ogeron was number one.
I wouldn't want to fight that guy in a bar fight.
Hell no.
No way. No way. Shout out to my name is Con out there in the chat. Happy Sunday back to you, bro.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they were all good. Urban Meyer, like in a bar fight, come on, whatever. Urban Meyer don't scare nobody.
Nah. Kick him in his vagina.
Exactly. Straight up in the vagina.
Apparently, he can't kick that kick or hit that hard either. I mean, Jacksonville kicker still played.
He did. He made it just fine. No problem.
Anyway, oh,
it is pouring down rain out there.
That is ugly, bro.
It is. Watching this NASCAR race from Chicago.
I know it's not usually our cup of tea, but that is crazy looking.
Yeah. Well, when you only got so many options on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, it's a Sunday afternoon. No good baseball options. I know you'd have baseball on right now if there was a good option.
Yeah, I mean, I have extra innings. I mean, we put on Toronto's 4-4 in the bottom of the ninth. And the Brewers are up 9-2 in the bottom of the ninth over LA. Right
Yeah. I'm seeing these scores. I'm seeing them.
Yeah, but that's going to wrap up the episode today.
I think it is.
I know it's a little bit longer, but a lot to talk about. We went through basically everything for you.
Yep. Next week we'll keep rolling with whatever we feel like.
More baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be baseball.
The summer slump is what we'll end up calling this. The whole drag out.
Yeah. I'm telling you, we get back into football season. It'll be on.
Yeah.
I gotta win a bet. If I don't win a bet soon, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Me too, man. Maybe we'll get some luck this week or something because we need it big time.
I need it big time.
No,
sir.
taking the week off. Taking the week off. After the All-Star break. Next week, I'm going to come at y'all with some picks. I'm going to cook this parlay. I'm going to, hopefully, I don't overcook it.
I'm just going to start betting losers.
Let's bet the All-Star game.
I'm in. I'm taking the American League.
Think so?
Yeah.
It's probably good because you're talking about Bryce Harper probably not going to play. Kyle Schwarber probably not going to play. You're taking two big bats out of that lineup is what I'm saying.
No, I don't like the fact that the All-Star game decides who gets home field advantage in the World Series, too.
I like that they wanted to give meaning to it, but
I don't like
that's
that meaning.
not the meaning. Now, go back to records. And the thing is, you have interleague play. Utilize that. Those records head-to-head between those teams, whoever has the best interleague play record has home field advantage. Easy.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Easy, fair, and that means a team like last year, like the Diamondbacks, maybe they could have had home field advantage.
Maybe.
Oh well.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, until next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll see you, bro.